Hey folks, it's Ned from Rock 108, another episode of Ned's Coffee in Quarantine. Bands are off the road, they can't do anything, they're stuck at home. What do? They're like, well, we got to call up Ned and drink coffee with them. I mean, that's clearly what they are, like the first thing on their mind, writing music? No, it's all about Ned. We got to hang out with him. Not really. But
you are correct.
It's perfect. Awesome. So today we have our best friends that hang out at Rock 108 plenty of times. They've signed the wall. They've hung out with us. They've played acoustic shows. They've Royal Bliss missed with us. Of course, it's Royal Bliss. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
No, see, it's very cool. It's always wonderful to have a lot of the band. I mean, every once in a while I have like a single guy from a band, but now it's like this nice little community thing we have going on right now. Nice little thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We were actually the first band to sign that wall. Well, not that wall, but the wall at the studio.
Yes, you were, and it's still nice and fresh. I feel like every time you guys come in, you should put like a little check mark next to, like, all right, we were here again.
That's a splendid idea.
Yeah, or like the dates. Write the dates on it. Be like, this day we were here. Here we're hanging out, having a good time.
We just autograph it with super tiny autographs all around too, and we can count it up that way.
Perfect. Like, eventually you get like a pin. And just like, yeah, get it in there. It'll be good.
So easy to do with my fat fingers.
Right. So the first thing we got to point out before we got into this, the gentleman, the green screen you notice on the bottom there, they were trying to make it look like they were in Africa, and they couldn't get it to work. So in reality, they actually are in Africa right now.
It's true.
Yeah. When they should have just.
Right, they should be able to. Okay.
Are you still trying to figure it out?
We are.
All right, Mom, Dad, figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe you're gonna try to program the VCR next. I mean, we're still trying to figure that out, man.
We got this. We're gonna make sure it gets down.
That's one thing. Actually, my mom is. I'm gonna point her out right now. I still think she's still trying to figure out how to program the VCR we bought her for like in 1998. Like that still is a thing. It's still the flashing clock on the VCR. It's just, it'll never work, guys. It's never going to work.
Yeah, those things, man, they were.
Just hanging out in Africa. Yeah, just, feeding the zebras and Ellie the elephant. Ellie. Wait, hi, Ellie. Yeah.
And they got some flamingos down there too, man.
Yeah, flamingos. We're gonna be using them later for croquet, like they did in Alice in Wonderland.
That's the best. Oh my god! I was wondering if one of the guys I was going to be interviewing would like take advantage of a green screen. And Royal Bliss, you're the ones that did it. You're the guys that made it happen.
Good job. Why am I not doing this?
Yeah, I'm like, man, I cleaned up my second bedroom. Like, I could have just put up a green screen and I've been like, well, that would have been easy.
It looks really good.
Thanks, man.
Really good.
On the bright side, I mean, I cleaned up my second bedroom. That's my favorite thing about it.
Well, you get bored. You start doing stuff around your house. It's just like I tore my deck down the other day.
Oh, damn.
The railing was kind of leaning and I just ripped it off and then just kept going and just ripped the whole deck. And now I have no idea what to do. And the wife is super happy about it because I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to build a deck, but I got to figure it out. So like all night I'm YouTubing how to build decks.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, I think YouTube at this point has become kind of like that teacher for all home repair, appliances, car work, whatever it may be. I mean, even my 2000 Jeep Cherokee, like all of a sudden the, what do you call it? The windshield wiper, like not the motor for the wipers. What is that?
Hey, we're in the studio now. Where are you guys? We're already here in the studio with the Black Moods.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Where are you
Chico, what's up, guys?
What the hell? They're at work before I'm at there, man.
Hey, Josh's beautiful hair. So good.
And we're going to be hanging out with them this week, too. So maybe I could get them to get this, like with Royal Bliss in the background next time.
Yeah, there you go.
Now it works. Oh, my God. That was the time when we still had, like, that rug, like, on the thing, too. I don't know why we kept that there. That came from, like, Russ's apartment. Like, he walked on that. And I'm like, did you wash it or anything? No, I didn't wash it or anything. I'm like, that's beautiful, man. You're weird.
You just nailed his voice, by the way. That was pretty impressive.
His toe fungus rug hanging out there on the studio table. Like, thanks, man. So
Ugh.
let's get wonderfully professional for a minute. So Royal Bliss, you're hanging out in quarantine. You're stuck at home, unable to tour and whatnot. And you guys tour quite a bit, and you have a brand new album. Not a brand new, but most recent album. But one of the biggest highlights is that the beginning of last month, which I can say now, you guys signed with a brand new label.
Yes, sir, we did.
So kind of walk me through that. Like, so when you sign a label and now you have like this whole world behind you, like what's like the next step? What happens?
Well, we do a record. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we even signed a deal in this, current state of the world. But they been looking at us for a while. We went down to Vegas and played a set with #Happens, and they flew out and watched us play there, and then kind of everything got shut down, and we're kind of like, oh, well, that's not going to happen. But they wanted to continue to move forward, and they sent over the deal, and they negotiated, and we were able to come up with a really amicable, solution to us being partners and not being like owned by a record label. And so we signed it, and they're all excited about it, and we're excited about it that we have, we're going in the studio next week to record a whole new record.
Yeah.
So we're doing it's so funny watching those guys. We're doing a full album with all new songs that we need to be wrapped up in the next basically 60 some odd days.
Wow.
And hopefully we'll be able to hit the road again. But the next plan is we come out with a new song and just keep doing what we're doing. We're not going to let this slow us down. I mean, it's a perfect time for bands and musicians to get together and write some music. So I think that, 2021 is going to be a really good year for new music, new songs, and year of rock and roll.
Yeah, man. I think 2021, we're just all going to explode. I mean, everything's unfortunately being shut down. Like you said, all these rock festivals are being canceled until next year and all that stuff. It's very disappointing. And I get it. I understand why. It's for the health and safety of all the bands, all the workers, and of course the fans. But that just means 2021, like all of like you guys are just going to be like pushing out the door, like, let us out. Brah! And then all of a sudden everyone's going to be just everywhere.
Yeah, I hope, I mean, that's the fingers crossed situation where, we find a vaccine or figure out a way to live with it and allow us to get back to normalcy. I mean, I think the biggest thing for music and live music is like a medication for people. And,
yeah,
like we've had a few people come in, we play live. We have a bar here in Salt Lake that we're partners in, and we were able to play and sell curbside, and people come in to get their food, and they just sat and watched us do live stream for a second.
Oh, that's cool.
While they're picking up their food.
Yeah.
And a few people would just sit there forever and just, contact me the next day. One guy was crying. He's just like, I don't know what happened. He's like, I walked in and just my emotions came over me. Like, it's just, I couldn't control myself because I just haven't seen live music in over a month. And another guy the next day is like, I just had the best morning, and it was all because I got to see some live music. So you realize how much music affects people, and live music affects people as a therapy.
Yeah.
So it's, I hope that we can get back, and it's a therapy for us without getting to play, we get stir crazy. I mean,
yeah,
look, Brian and Taylor are just reminiscing of being at the Rock 108 studios right now. And, like that's how they have to live in this fantasy world to like calm their brain,
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. that's where green screens come in. It brings a little love and a little like, I'm venturing in Italy now.
Look, I'm hanging out with the Black Moods right now. This feels good.
Going somewhere new. Yeah, we just want to say, hey guys, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
We're in the Millennium Falcon, man.
Look, I got Chewy's little brother here.
Whoa!
Now I gotta know. Okay, it is. This is obviously gonna go a little bit later, but today is May 4th, and I think, are we all Star Wars fans here?
Of course.
No,
I didn't think so. All right, now here it is. I'm gonna put that question right out to you, right in front of your face. Are you ready for this?
Best
Star Wars movie, each one of you.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. No, definitely the one with Jar Jar Binks, for sure.
Okay.
But Which was the one where they're in the like the garbage disposal thing in there?
That's the first one, A New Hope.
That's A New Hope. Yeah.
It's not the New Hope. Is that the first one?
Well,
Yeah.
the fourth one,
whatever.
fourth, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
1987.
The original.
77 is the original.
Oh yeah, 77, not 87.
I was
Guess what?
born in 87 though, so hey, that's
Yeah.
the original.
I was born in 78, the year after it came out.
There you go. You know, you said episode 1 down there, and I obviously, you know, a lot of people love that and whatnot. But I got to point out something about episode 1. You know, it came out in '99, which was like, you know, turn of the millennium and all that stuff. And if you're a movie geek like I am, Mitch from Wayland actually pointed this out to me, or he agreed with me. But listen to the sound design of the pod race scene. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like, I know I'm like trying to find the best out of like a kind of mediocre movie, but if you watch the sound design or listen to it, it's just like, yeah, man, that feels like a huge scene. And when like Sebulba's like pod racer kind of comes up on Anakin, you're just like,
Yeah. The racing scenes were some of the best scenes, and because of the sound design,
Yep, and you can't go wrong. Duel of Fates, man. Duel of Fates. When all of a sudden you see Darth Maul fighting against Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, it's like that's epic.
Yeah, it is pretty epic. A lot of people don't know that I did most of the sound effects for that. Can you tell whenever I just went?
Yeah, see, it was all you.
Like it, right?
It was all you at the end of the day.
It's all me.
So going with May the 4th, how about not only just the best me such all Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my god. He agrees. He's in agreement.
Taylor turned it around. Whoa, is he really there?
Holy shit.
What's up? How you been? All right.
See, that's that prime sound design right there. That's like right behind you, man. Good sound design.
Digital remastering.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, man. When they released the Blu-ray versions and they like made alterations to episode 1, I'm like, would you stop with the alterations, man? And I mean, they turned Yoda from a puppet in the original one and they made him into a digital rendering, which, yeah, sure, it might look better. But I'm like, it just seems so much more personal in the original version with the puppet. Like,
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff, but it was at that time when when they were figuring out, you know, all the graphic effects and all the cool shit they could do on computers, and they wanted to do it everywhere. Like, oh, well, look what we could do now. We could put a whole new monster in over here, and so they thought it would be awesome. But it's kind of like Star Wars. The first Star Wars, that was kind of the epic way of doing, you know, special effects. It blew everybody's mind, and so he's addicted to that shit.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, George Lucas in general, just like with the creation of ILM and THX and all that stuff, and even the Pixar computer, which we all know now is Pixar Studios, which has made some of the best animated films ever in the world.
Yep.
I mean, just everywhere, dude.
Absolutely.
I could sit here and talk about Star Wars all freaking day, man.
Yeah.
I really could.
Who's your favorite character?
Favorite character, man? Oh, my God. I mean, I have been a Darth Vader fan since I saw the movies way back in, like, 1991. You know, just something about, like, that James Earl Jones voice, the size of his character, and even down to the red lightsaber. Like, I've always been, like, a old-school 80s horror fan, you know, like that kind of stuff. Jason Voorhees, like, those looming characters that always kind of come after you. Darth Vader is, like, the embodiment, the sci-fi version of that. And seeing him in Rogue One towards the end there when he's just tossing people, I'm like, oh, my God, this is what it's always been, like, meant to be this whole time.
Yep. Just that big of a badass. And it's cool, like, every time you mention, you know, people like that, like Jason Voorhees, like, music, you're gonna piss him off now with that Star Trek. But like the music that's involved with all those characters, you know, like the sounds that come on when Jason's around, and the anthemic Darth Vader. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, you instantly think of it takes you right there. Music and villains and music and and movies are just hand in hand. They go one and one.
I love a good villain, man. I love a good villain. I mean, obviously we always root for the heroes, but sometimes you're just like, oh, that is just dark and deep and Jason Voorhees. That's like Friday the 13th. I don't even know which one that is. Okay, I got to know what the dog's name is because the dog has popped up here and there.
Shadow. That's Shadow. She's been in the studio.
She has. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh man.
I think last time we were there, she was violently licking herself while we were conducting a radio interview.
See, that just gives it that more personal. There's video of the dog licking, throw it up on Instagram Live, goes viral. There you go.
Yeah. Didn't we put that up? We did put that up, didn't we?
Yeah, I know I posted it on her page.
Yeah. Oh, her page, yeah. She's Shadow the Tour Poodle on Instagram if you want to follow her.
Dude, I'm so following Shadow the Tour Poodle on Instagram. I didn't even know that existed. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It's mostly just Shadow the stay-at-home poodle right now. But.
Oh yeah, right. Man, I'm in the midst right now of buying a house actually, which is terrifying.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But exciting, but terrifying. But when I see Shadow the Poodle there, I'm like, the first thing when we get that house and get everything moved in and all that stuff, man, I've wanted a dog for years and years. I grew up with dogs. I had golden retrievers. I had a Jack Russell Terrier, and I'm like, I want a dog that basically needs its own bedroom because of how enormous that dog is. I've always been that. I mean, I think Shadow's like the perfect tour dog because a little bit smaller, can kind of roll around on the tour bus. But imagine if you had like a Newfoundland or a St. Bernard on the tour bus. It's like you got to have a whole nother tour bus for a dog.
Yeah. Well, our drummer likes huge dogs. He's got two. He's got like a Great Dane mix and then Bull Mastiff.
Oh my
gosh. And he had a Great Pyrenees too, like just these giant. It's like picking up cow pies in his backyard. It's crazy.
Winter comes around, it's just like a minefield of just dog. Like, oh god.
There's more poop than snow.
Yeah. That's one thing everyone always highlights to me. Like, you're gonna get a big dog. That thing is gonna eat so much and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, but so does a kid at the end of the day too. So I mean, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially my 8-year-old. Good God.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Ed, I got a question.
Yeah.
What I don't know, maybe concert or fest or maybe band's album that may have got postponed were you looking forward to that got postponed?
So band's album, band
album, festival, show, anything coming up that obviously got canceled or
man, I'm getting interviewed. This is awesome. I never get that. It's amazing. I'm going to say right now, because I was getting ready to go to Rock USA in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I was getting ready. I already tossed in my paperwork to go for the media stuff. If I'm correct, I think you guys we're going to be there too, and all of a sudden all these festivals keep getting canceled, like Incarceration in Mansfield, Ohio just got pushed back. And that was in July, and Rock USA same month in July. So I'm like, it's a matter of time, man. Oh, it's a matter of time. And I also have tickets to go see Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy in Minneapolis. Yeah. Pretty excited for that. And I also have tickets to go see Rammstein in Chicago. So I'm like, man, am I going to miss out on all these? We're back in Africa, by the way. Am I going to miss out on any of these? And it sounds like I am. And so I'm pretty disappointed at the fact that Rock USA is going to be called out, because one of the things too, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, and Rob Zombie were going to be headlining that festival, and that's just like that's my era or my generation of rock. So when I see that, I'm just like, man, I was gonna go there and relive all those days hanging out in my parents' basement listening to those CDs.
Yeah, we're on those festivals. They haven't canceled us yet, so who knows?
Yeah, man, I know. I'm
fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely fingers crossed. And it's this COVID-19 thing seems to be advancing in its own way. I mean, they keep going up, then it goes down. Then you feel a little hope, then it goes back, and then it like, man, way up top and like.
Well, I think I read something where then it's got to be true that. What's going to happen, it's been set up perfectly, like where everybody is in their houses and this horrible disease. But finally, we're going to introduce the aliens to everybody, and aliens are going to come down and they're going to have the cure to COVID. And they're going to be like, we're going to save you and set you free so we don't try to kill them or get, mad. Instead, we're going to be like, thanks. And so then they're going to be like awesome people because they saved the concerts. They saved everything. And they're like, we have the cure. And then all of a sudden, in one day, we have new alien friends and no more COVID. I read it somewhere.
Makes sense. Makes total sense.
Probably on Facebook. It sounds about right.
Yeah, I saw the article. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be true.
Well,
I'm looking forward to it.
Here's the truth, though. I think the aliens might be coming in the form of these large wasps that are like apparently in Washington.
Hey, you have to put Asian in front of it. You have to call them Asian monster death killer wasps.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel so bad for Asia because everything's coming from them. They say like, oh, now it's the Asian killer hornets.
What have they done?
Yeah.
You know what they did? They brought us delicious food.
Yeah, they did. I ate some a couple days ago, and it was amazing.
I'm trying to keep down my my blood pressure. My doctor was like, your blood pressure is pretty high. So I'm like, I can't eat Chinese food anymore. Is that what you're saying to me?
What?
Because of all that MSG is what.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on.
Aliens are here. Hello, guys. How's it going?
Oh, see, I told you.
It's already
I told
begun.
you.
The cure is here.
They just gave Brian the cure.
They're actually just playing songs by The Cure, so it's it was misinterpreted, So it's all right. And they're doing it telepathically, so it's just going into our heads right now, so we can just hear The Cure.
And the nice thing is, they seem like friendly aliens, apparently.
Yeah,
If you look at like the aliens from like Independence Day or like Alien or something like that, like that's some scary shit. Those look like I'm here for you. Hello.
Yeah, they're super happy. What's nice is too that they're not going to fit into our regular shirts, so we can sell them a whole new line of merchandise. So you got to look at the positives. And their heads are enormous, so we got to get different hats. So I mean, we're just expanding the fan base.
It might cost a little more to make those hats because it's a little more material usage, but we can just charge more, so it's all right.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just charge, get that profit. There you go.
They got space bucks, bro.
And that is way more valuable than the dollar.
Way more valuable
than the dollar, man. So Taylor, I got to point out something real to you. You had that mug, the wonderful mug of Batman versus Superman. Did you like the movie? Did you like Batman versus Superman? And what did you think of Batfleck?
Oh man. In all honesty, it was entertaining, but no, the original Superman and the original Batmans, the newer Batmans are still pretty good too, but the originals are always the best, just like with Star Wars. Like, the originals are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I like the ones that they've made since because, the technology and the graphics and the sound and, enhance it so much. But the originals just, they're always the best.
Yeah. And then you grow up with that kind of stuff too, man. And you always have like that kind of attachment to that stuff you grew up with. Like, one of my favorite movies is the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, it sucks. It's a bad movie, but for some reason I fucking love it. I can't.
The one with Bob Hoskins?
Yeah, the one with Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper,
Like Momo, it's Luigi.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we have
Sonic the Hedgehog poster in your room.
Oh yeah, dude. Hold on. I gotta go this way. Oh yes. That's like old school, like 90s version of it too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like
that's a good one.
That's the childhood, man. And pretty soon here, when tattoo shops are able to open, I'm working on a whole sleeve to that's gonna be all dedication to video games and whatnot. So that's what I want back open, man, is tattoo shops. Because I was so ready. I was like, hey man, we got the design, and then all of a sudden, like a week later, yeah, we got to close down, man. I'm like, fucking damn. I'm so excited to get some ink, man.
I need a haircut place to open up.
Yeah, I need to get.
I'm
hair
just gonna
dyed.
shave my head here pretty soon.
Blue in it, man.
Yeah, put some blue, just like the old. I got to go backwards here. Blue, and then this was like a kind of light green for a while, but now it's kind of faded out a little bit. So now I got to go get some re-dye hanging out up there. Which.
Yeah.
Neil, actually, I was going around on Facebook because, hey, that's what I do, a wonderful prep. I found a picture of you from God knows when. I don't know what it is, and if I could bring up the picture, I would. Oh,
Yeah, hold on.
okay.
I hope it's not the one. Oh, don't do it.
Please tell. I want to make sure. I'm gonna wait and see if that's the one. I'm pretty sure Dwayne is finding it. I don't know.
Brian.
Oh, Brian. Sorry. Oh God, my apologies.
How dare you, sir?
I apologize. I love you.
Just for that, he's going to probably pull up this picture, and if it's the one I think it's going to be, it's not good.
Okay. God, I'm so excited. Like there should be like drum rolls in here. All right. I don't know.
He's going to scare the aliens away. I'll tell you that much.
Unless he's finding something else, he's gonna put like some hentai porn up or something like that. Be like, ah, now I gotta censor this shit and put it on YouTube. What am I gonna do?
It's I hope he doesn't find it.
To tease a little bit, you're holding like I think like a mug or like a drink. You're holding a drink. I know that. Is that unless Brian is finding something that I haven't seen before, but you are wearing a very nice smoking jacket or robe.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you're thinking of something different.
Oh, there's something else. Okay, now I have to say
way worse. Okay. Well, I did a video to promote a record that was coming out, and it was like all like suave and talking about brownies and stuff like that, and
talking about brownies.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, it was. I can't remember what my saying was, but it was like it's so good that you'll have to open a bakery, or I don't know what the hell it was, but it was a cheesy like Valentine's thing, and I'm laying with my long hair and beard, and there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of shit that we've done through the years that will never ever go away.
No, once the internet, it's posted on the internet, man.
I lost you.
Therefore, all right. Did he lose me?
What happened?
I don't know.
We're here.
Oh, now he's up there. Oh, now he switched up. All right, we still got Brian and Taylor.
We're looking for Neil's. I don't know.
All right. Well, Neil, like he can't hear us. I don't think. Thumbs up if you can hear us.
Hello.
Oh.
Sorry, I lost.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I was about to talk some shit about him for a second, but now he's back. All right, fine. But it's true, dude. Like you post something on the internet or whatnot, and like you said, you have an 8-year-old kid, and it's just like, do you want like pictures of like your kids online? You know, it's that weird, crazy world, and it's just like, I don't know. And gone are those days like when you would go to like grandma's house or your parents' house or something like that, and you would look through all these photo albums. They have just tons of photo albums. And is that really a thing anymore? Especially as a father of an 8-year-old, like, is that even a thing?
It's not a thing. You got hard drives now. That's pretty much what it is. Hard drives are a cloud that holds all your memories.
Yeah.
And it's weird. You know, my wife, we did for our first kid, we have she did the whole scrapbooking thing and has like his first year. That by the time our second one came, like we don't have anything, no books, no scrapbooking. It's just old computers that store all the pictures and hard drives and things like that. It's pretty weird. But
my mom made about 7 photo albums that are in the spare bedroom closet. And they're just each one's like this thick. She's like, I made those for you, so those are all your memories. I guess I have to take these giant books of pictures and hold on to them.
Yeah, you do. Polaroid, cool Polaroids.
Yeah. It is cool though, being able to see all that stuff though.
Now, Taylor or Brian, do you have kids yourself too, or what?
I do not. I just have the dog, but Taylor has a daughter who's how old? 14 months. 15 months.
15 months. So you're a fresh dad.
All right, I'm coming back. Here, I'll show you.
All right, cool.
Pictures yesterday. She's a cutie.
But are you going to print those pictures, Taylor? Are you printing them? Oh my God, look at the kid. That's the sweetest damn thing I've seen today, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, she's a cutie. She's 15 months and 3 days.
15 months and 3 days. So now, Neil, are you giving him a fatherly advice at all?
Nope. He's got a daughter. I got 2 boys.
Oh, see, that's two different realms.
It's 2 different realms. Yeah, he hasn't asked. If he ever asked, I would tell him, but I don't know that I'm the right person to ask. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
So
they're still alive, though. Both my kids are still alive, so that's something.
There you go. Hey, they're breathing. All right, part one.
We actually just got a message that Brian does have
Yeah,
a kid.
I actually lied. I found out I have a kid, and
This is crazy.
Here he is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's cute, right?
Yeah, so, looks just like me, you know.
Now, is that the picture of Neil you were talking about earlier?
Oh no.
No. What's your kid's
I
name,
think
Brian?
they're holding on to it, or I don't know what they're doing with it.
Is my son Mortimer.
Ah, yes, Mortimer. It is a finely common name that you hear plenty of times
Mortimer
today.
Ichabod Hennessy.
Man, it's conning the resemblance.
Yes.
It's right there. It's picture
Not cunning,
perfect.
but that's not the right word, but it's.
You go into McDonald's and be like, "That's your son, isn't it?" And be like,
yeah,
it sure is."
Pretty much.
See, that's one of those kids that has to grow a beard. Like, you got to cover up the kind of weird circular chin type of thing going
Just
on
like
there.
Eddie.
Yep, just like Dad. So, all right. Now I'm kind of curious. I don't know if you're able to find the picture, but all right, if you're not able to, you got to tell us at least what the story of what this picture is. So if people are listening, they'll be like, I got to go find that on the internet now.
Which one? The one that I was trying to find?
The one you were trying to find.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh, you're still trying to find it.
So I think you guys did you guys comment whenever I was in? I think we talked about it last time we were in the studio that it was me wearing the Borat onesie.
Oh my God.
in Costa Rica, so I lost a bet for Seattle, Green Bay, and we were down there with a radio station from Wisconsin. And I'm like the only Seattle fan down there. And I'm just like, and whoever won was either the DJ, the morning talk guy that Tom Keefe would have to wear the onesie, or me.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost. And then they broadcast live in the morning from the beach at this fancy resort in Costa Rica. And I just came walking in the Borat onesie, and there's 100 people in there watching the radio show. And so I kind of walked up while he's broadcasting live and put my leg up on the table and did some stretches for the audience. And then 2 days later, I went jogging through the resort there in Costa Rica in the Borat onesie. There was one point when I turned a corner and was jogging, and a lady with her stroller stopped and turned around and walked the other
She was practicing social distancing already.
Yeah, she did not want her children to see what was coming at her.
You know, we obviously try to do as much in radio, and you guys have been in the music game since the late 90s for a while now, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, trying to make you feel old, right? So what's some of the, I mean, that's obviously a pretty big radio interesting world, but what's some of the weird radio stuff that you can kind of remember doing during your guys' career?
Oh man, there's a lot of weird radio stuff that we've
And
done.
if so, maybe we can have history repeat itself.
It usually it involves taking my clothes off or something. I don't know why anybody would want to see me with my shirt or anything off.
So you're saying Brian should be the next guy who should have the clothes taking off type of thing?
Yeah, see, Brian's got a perfect body for it. He's in good shape. He looks good. There's nothing. He looks way better naked than I do.
Okay, here's a slightly interesting idea. Brian, bring out the bass or the bass, and just completely nude, and the only thing that's covering your lower side is the bass.
Yeah.
I can't do it right now because I'm at a job. And I don't have the bass with me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, when you come to the station next time, we can make it happen, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we can make it happen for sure.
All right.
There
Cool.
was one
Right in the window, go out to the parking lot.
It'll be a nice cold day too. We'll make sure it's a nice wintry day.
It's always
I need
cold.
all the help.
I interrupted you, Neil. I'm sorry. I'm like, I got to get that out right now.
No, yeah, well, definitely. That's the new Christmas photo for next year. It'll be great.
Yes. So, can you think of any radio kind of weirdness?
Well, there's one in New York. We did a deal in New York where we went and did an interview, and I can't remember what was going on, but we were talking just random, spitting out of our butt, whatever. It's weird, like talking radio and being able to talk normal. Like I can't edit myself. I don't have to edit myself, but I still do.
Yeah.
But anyways, we were talking about doing like a slip and slide, And so we set up a slip and slide out back of the studio because like a concert got canceled. And we're like, well, come join us and we'll go buy a bunch of baby oil and we'll get a slip and slide and we'll have a slip and slide party right now. And so they announced out to the listeners, and we went and bought a bunch of baby oil and a slip and slide and tiki torches and just partied, like got a ton of beer and booze and threw up. There was a little patch of grass right behind the radio station. And so, yeah, we just, we raged there all night long. I remember waking up, one of us woke up on top of the motorhome. And then the morning talk show guy, the morning radio guy, had his buddy who was a police officer come and knock on the door and make us all get off like we were going to get arrested. And it was pretty hilarious. And he was broadcasting live, like sneaking a microphone. And we're just like, oh, crap. And this cop makes us all get out of the motorhome and sit down. And he's like, what happened last night? Like this went down and there's this, and this is what, and it was bad. Oh, crap. Yep.
Right. That's what happened right there.
Yeah.
Hey.
He'll show up in a swimsuit.
It was cold that day too, by the way.
And all hell broke loose.
So here's the idea. We'll do this. We'll relive the Royal Bliss interesting radio day where we'll do the slip and slide. Maybe Taylor will fall asleep on top of the tour bus. Neil will come out and we'll slip and slide with that on in the back of the radio station.
Deal.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Deal.
Oh,
Neil is actually wearing that right now underneath his Star Wars shirt. So he has
You want to see?
all right, flag it out. There we go. Oh shit! Oh my god! I was like, is he gonna do it?
It's not green anymore, though. That's the weird thing.
It's been worn so many times and bleached. You got to kill everything in it, you know.
It's all gray and crusty.
It's horrible.
That's like a well done picture too. Like it's like the lighting is nice, you know. It's just kind of like he's got his arm raised up, you know. That if you could like cut that out and Photoshop it and put you in like interesting scenes.
Look, Tom's trying to check out my package.
Turn that into a trophy.
And everyone else is just trophy. It looks like it's at a golf course or something like that.
It's a resort in Costa Rica.
Oh, that's right. You said resort. That's right.
I was at the Rio.
Ooh, the Rio. Oh, I want to go to a friggin' resort right now, man. I could use actually, you know, take that back. I went to Italy in like February. Never mind. I totally went on a vacation recently.
You're lucky.
I know.
That was when was that? That was January, wasn't it?
February, the beginning of February, I went to Italy and we were there for a week. And then like 2 or 3 weeks or less than 2 or 3 weeks after we got back, all of a sudden coronavirus like blew up in Italy. I'm like, good thing we got out of there when we did.
Yeah, right.
That could have been bad. What? Yeah, right. They would have like quarantined my ass in Italy, and I'm honestly fine. You know, I'm gonna go enjoy some delicious
food. They
food.
would have not let you back into America.
Like, that would have cost me a lot too, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, you think about the people stuck all around the world. Like there's one couple I read about that was on their honeymoon. They were stuck on like this beautiful resort for 30 some odd days.
Oh geez.
It's like, well, that's gonna test the new marriage. That's for sure. I mean,
yeah.
That sounds nice and all, but I wonder, like, are they being charged for all those extra days? Because I would imagine that would be very expensive. You know, like.
Yeah.
I interviewed a guy yesterday who'd been quarantined on a cruise ship for over 50 days. Oh. And the cruise ship is actually at the, like, docked at wherever they were at. And they can't leave the ship.
You know, it sounds good on paper. Like, ooh, yeah, I'm on a cruise ship. But after a while, you're like, get me the hell off this goddamn ship.
3 days. Yeah.
It's a prison. That becomes a prison, man.
Yeah.
Especially those tiny ass rooms.
Right. And not only that, but like you said, they're stuck at a dock. So it's not like you're seeing the beautiful oceans and the waves. No, you're just like looking out at the world of like, this is where I could be.
Yep.
But I can't. I'm stuck on this ship. This kind of sucks.
Crazy.
But the same thing can be said kind of how we're all stuck at home. Like a lot of us can't go anywhere. A lot of like the states and the cities and all that stuff are closed. And it's just like, are you guys getting kind of tired of being at home right now?
I mean, I think we wish we would be playing. We could be playing shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, now what are you guys doing? I mean, 15-month-old, 8-year-old dog. What is like? So what's happening like when you guys are at home? Obviously, Neil's tearing down a deck.
Yeah, which was fun. I ripped down the deck with my boys, and that was a blast. So that like they were all about trying to use a sledgehammer and just breaking stuff, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now it's just the whole building again. But we've been we went camping over the weekend. We took off to the West Desert and just found a nice little spot. And but I mean, it's been really good because otherwise, like us as a band, we've been basically on tour for 18 years.
Yeah.
And there's never really been a time that we've been forced to stay home and not play shows.
Mm-hmm.
This is the longest we've ever gone in our entire career without playing a gig somewhere. I mean, I guess you could consider the live shows kind of a gig, but it's not really,
Right.
it's you miss without the people. It's just not the same, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's way weird, but it's nice to get some time with my family, and being home and kind of organizing stuff around my house and doing things that I haven't done that have been on my list of to-dos, especially for my wife, for 15 years.
Yeah.
That's just like, oh, well, shit, I'm going to finally figure that out or finally do that. Like I figured out how to take a carburetor out of a 4-wheeler and clean it. I've never done that before. That was cool.
Yeah.
I actually did it 3 times that day because I didn't do it right the first 2. But yeah, little things like that where I'm just like, shit, I made a garden box. I used a Dremel to carve a peace sign in the side for my wife because she loves peace signs. And so there's like little things that I'm figuring out how to do, and I'm setting up my recording studio. And so, but I'm ready to hit the road again. It's like that, like I was mentioning before about therapy, playing music, there's still this tension inside of me, like those live shows where you put out so much energy into that crowd.
Yeah.
And I haven't had that release in a while, and I'm trying to figure out other things to release, like working out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I miss the release that the audience gives me.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Absolutely. Taylor, how about you, man?
I mean, I think on the bright side that we get to go in and record and new music, so it's kind of perfect timing for us because typically, at least in the last few years, the way we've been doing recording new music is we tour, and then when we come home and have a few days, we go into the studio, and we go back on tour and come in for a few days to go in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, since we can't go out and tour, we kind of blocked some studio time, so we essentially have like the next month to go record this new record. And so it's kind of good timing for that, lock ourselves in a studio, can't go anywhere anyway, so
yeah,
that works.
Absolutely. Now, Brian, I love, obviously the name being Brian, but I love in the corner there, it says Brain.
Yes.
So Brain, what do you got going on?
Either a typo or I meant to do it. I don't remember.
So what do you got going on in quarantine, man?
I have been making lots of artwork, such as. Here we go. Let's see if it.
Oh, damn! Ooh.
I just finished this over the weekend, actually.
What, man? That is cool as shit.
It's all screws and junk and old license plates, and
yeah, it's like kind of like it kind of reminds me, like when you say screws and junk and stuff, it's like steampunk kind of thing, like that. Throw some gears on there, whatever it may be. That's cool. Are you going to debut that on the road, I assume?
Well, I mean, it's not really. It's more just looks cool. It doesn't really play.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's the wall hanger for sure.
That thing's badass, man.
Yeah, I just finished that one this weekend. I've been, aside from doing, I mean, obviously we've been writing a lot, and that's been taking up a lot of our time collectively, which has been cool because we definitely have, I would say, a crap load new material. More crap load, yeah, there's definitely songs that will not make it on the album that we're gonna, we'll have all this extra material that who knows what'll happen with it. Mm-hmm. And then all of us have just kind of been doing things like Neil and I both. We recorded ourselves reading some children's books.
Yeah, I saw that.
And just doing like fun content stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Just trying to stay busy. I don't know. I do a lot of video editing. We're auctioning off. Well, I guess not auctioning, but raffling off a guitar that was in the Paranoid music video that Taylor smashed.
Oh, cool.
So it's the actual video of the actual guitar that was smashed in the video that I picked up all the pieces and then kind of made like a shadow box for it. And so it's cool. So I think we're raffling it off this Friday, right?
Friday, yeah. Friday night.
So, all right, sweet.
Spliced together a bunch of videos this last weekend to advertise it and stuff. And, yeah. Been going on lots of walks with my dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Walking, my wife and I are doing this thing called, we gave it a name at this point, called Trails and Lattes. We always go and get a latte, and then we just like a 3-mile like trail walk.
Yeah, it's awesome. Honestly, walking's been one of the best things for me, like during all this craziness, just because it's like the best way for me to clear my head, just get some exercise without, like trying to overdo anything. And my dog, of course, loves it. Although yesterday, so I've been training her when walking off leash, which she does really well. Like, and we were walking all through downtown Salt Lake, like through all the skyscrapers and stuff, and just doing crosswalks. And she's off leash, and she's totally good. And we were walking, and we come by this building, and I notice, oh, she's not next to me. And I turn around, and she's kind of like on the edge of a building, like so I can only see her butt. And I'm like, oh, she found something. And I run over there, and she's just munching on. I don't know what it was. It came out one end of either an animal or a human. Oh. And I just immediately was like, no! Like, and I went to grab her, and then she just went into like resource protective mode and was just like, rah, like, this is mine, I found this. And so she was trying to like snap at me, and then I had to like use my foot and push her away from it. And it was just, and then I'm walking down the street like, it was disgusting. And as soon as we got back to my place, like I wiped her mouth, and like I got some dog toothpaste and like a toothbrush. It was just like, get it out of you. Like, it was bad.
Me and Brian both live downtown Salt Lake City, and I've been doing like Saturday or Sunday morning walks, and it's super crazy seeing the downtown just being empty.
Yeah.
Like, typically restaurants, bars are open, cars are driving around, like the hustle and bustle, and it's just odd looking.
Yes. So this weekend they actually, here in Utah, some of the they basically have allowed restaurants to reopen, but there's a bunch of restrictions. And yesterday morning I was walking through downtown, and there was on Main Street, some of the restaurants were open, and there was actually a group of 4 young, attractive ladies sitting outside at the outside table, like having brunch.
Right.
And I was just like, holy crap. Like, it was a trip to see. And then you could tell they were just like, oh my God, look at us. Like, we're eating outside again. And then there's people inside the restaurant too. And obviously they have to space them so far apart for now and everything. But it's like, oh, okay. This is like,
now that's an odd sight.
Yeah. Like, now that's exactly, that's an odd sight. I don't know. It's been kind of fun walking. I've literally walked around the city every single day since all this happened, and like the first 2 weeks were really trippy, just total ghost town, and like, you can tell things are kind of starting to ease up a little bit, but it was kind of fun walking through the town like that when it was just me and my poodle.
Yeah, and that's a rare sight that the whole country is going to be seeing, and especially places like Chicago too, and New York, and all those places, and even little Cedar Rapids, little Waterloo. You go down, you just see desolate nothing. It's like, whoa. And someone actually did that. They timed out Disturbed's version of The Sound of Silence with all these empty city streets, and it was just like, yeah, that's kind of eerie, man. It's weird. So yeah, but that's good. I mean, hey man, keep on walking, keep on doing that, man. It's good for the ligaments and the tendons, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been hanging out here, guys, for a good while now, man. Probably wrap it up for the day, so that way you guys can get back to making guitars and passing on top of tour buses and building decks, whatever it may be you're doing. So
yay.
On that note, is there anything you guys want the fans to know real quick about the upcoming new album coming out here in the works, or anything else?
Well, for us, Iowa's always been such a huge supporter of Royal Bliss, and we have so many fans and friends and family there at this point. So I know a lot of them have contributed to us when we do our live feeds for, donating or purchasing merchandise. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and thank you, Rock 108, for, helping us find so many of those fans. Without you, I don't know that we'd have the friends that we do in that area. So just thank you all. And we have new music coming, and Royal Bliss will come out of this stronger than ever. So don't worry about us. We'll figure it out. You know that we've been through a lot, but yeah, keep spreading the word and all that. I don't know if I want that guitar, Brian. Damn it, I want it.
Yeah, I'd say that if the fans can't wait to see us, well, we can't wait to see them. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, sweet, man.
We're gonna release all over you.
Just fresh release all over the face, man. I mean,
it's been bottled up for months.
Spray them with musical goodness everywhere.
You're gonna have to like put goggles on the cats and plastic on the floor. I mean, like,
yeah,
bring your face mask.
It's gonna be like a Gallagher show. We're gonna.
Guys, man, it was such a pleasure, man. Thank you guys so much. This is one of my favorite ones we've done so far, and it's so cool. But before we call it a day, every time I post these up, I always have to have some sort of image to post on the blog, so that way it's like, oh, check out what they were doing. So we all have to take like a quick 3 seconds and just do a pose individually or whatever it may be. You can just smile if you want, or you can do some weird crazy shit.
Hold on, we're going back to Africa.
Okay, going back to Africa. All right. And then we have to come up with just something weird. And I always do weird. It's up to you. Well, we're off to a good start, Neil. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, perfect. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that one. All right, guys, man. Thank you for making my Monday awesome. I appreciate that beyond anything.
Thanks for having us, brother. Good to see you.
Absolutely, man. Good seeing you too. I'll see you guys next time. All righty.
Yeah. Thanks, bud.
See you guys.